What is up, y'all? It's me, Daria, and we're here for week 3 of the PPL. And this week, we're up against none other than Ellie herself. Ellie is a fantastic battler, fantastic human, very high energy, and she has a beautiful singing voice, and she likes to sing when she does her battles and videos. So if you're not already subscribed to her, what are you doing? Go check out her channel. Information will be in the description below. Go check out her perspective of the battle. I'm sure it'll be really entertaining. And last time I battled her, she beat me up pretty good. That was the infamous Clefable battle where Clefable got flinched and missed a meteor beam. So, yeah, hopefully we have a better showing against her this year, in this season, whatever. Right now we're sitting at number 3 in the league in standings overall out of 16. So pretty good start. We're 2-0 plus 6. Hopefully we can keep this rolling. Ellie historically drafts very scary teams, and this season is no different. I'll go ahead and get that matchup up on the screen for you, and let's talk about it, because right off the bat, you probably noticed the Garchomp, Greninja, and Terra Thundurus, all very frightening into my team. Well, okay, 2 of those are very frightening into my team. The Greninja, not so much, and allow me to explain. Because of Vishispa's insane speed, Shaman's insane speed, and the fact that it's a grass type with a really good move in Seed Flare, she can't really rely on Battle Bond Greninja to sweep and clean, because Choice Scarf Vishispa, which is one of the most common ways to run this Pokemon, just neutralizes that. It eats Water Shuriken no problem, and it's going to outspeed a +1 Greninja. So I honestly don't know if she even brings this. I don't think it's super good into me. But I do think Ogerpon is insane into me. I think Ogerpon definitely comes, and it's a threat on turn 1. I gotta be absolutely terrified of a lead Ogerpon. This thing is really spooky, scary skeletons. Metagross is pretty bad into me as well. Well, and bad as in, it's bad for me. It's a bad time. I don't want to see it. Terra Flying Thundurus was like really crazy into me in mocks as well. So that's another thing I'm worried about. And I think Terra Ghost Tatsugiri, I didn't see it in any of my mocks, but she's pretty creative. She might see what I see here. I feel like Terra Ghost Tatsugiri kind of shuts down Urshifu, so she might bring that. And Braviary's crazy into my team too. Look, Brave Birds are basically free, and the things that can eat a Brave Bird just die to close combat or double edge. So this Pokemon looks really good into me as well. I do think it could be like a special bulk up set. If it's not that, it's going to be U-turn. I'm sorry, it's going to be a U-turn bot. It's going to be Choice Scarf. That's what I was thinking in my brain. But yeah, that's the matchup. As you can see, we have our work cut out for us. But there was one thing about this matchup, and I don't know if you noticed it, but we're going to be returning some tech. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself first. Before we get into that, let's talk about our dedicated lead. Our dedicated lead for this week is going to be Spicy Curry. She is making her debut for the season. The idea with this is to pretty much always click Overheat. We're going to use our eject pack to get momentum out, and hopefully big damage on this, because she really doesn't have a switch into this. I mean, I guess she could bring like bulky Garchomp or thick fat Hariyama, but I don't think Hariyama is going to be thick fat. I think it's going to be Guts, if it does come at all. And I don't think Garchomp wants to take a ton of chip from Salazzle, because I think there's a chance that it could wind up being her Urshifu check if it's like Rocky Helmet, to really just rack up the chip damage from Surging Strikes. So yeah, I think overheats are going to be pretty free in this matchup. And if for some reason we get this out in front of a Weezing, we're going to click T-Spikes, which could be really annoying for her as well. I know it'll pop the Guts on the Hariyama, but I'm honestly not too worried about Hariyama. I think I have a lot of ways to deal with that. I don't think it's super threatening into me. I'm more worried about, as a Terra captain, the Tatsugiri or the Thundurus. So yeah, that's the Spicy Curry set. Next up, we have Vishispa, the Skyman. I think she's going to expect Scarf from this. I think she'll be hyper prepped for it. So I'm going to throw a curveball here and be Assault Vest. And it's not meant to just wall her by any means. It's really meant to just take a hit that she's not expecting it to lead and just dunk back with like Seed Flare, or like spam some flinches, maybe heal up with the Giga Drain if we manage to get a drop on one of our Seed Flares, or even with an Earth Power. If Gravity is up, Earth Power hits everything, so it's a good neutral move in certain situations. I don't expect this to be a major role in this week, but I do see some scenarios where it can unexpectedly eat a hit she doesn't think it can live and kill back. It's also good speed control, because it's the fastest thing on either side. Speaking of speed control, next up is Vanilla Punch Urshifu, which is where I hit the Choice Scarf this week. I think if I can get rid of a Rocky Helmet Garchomp, or a Rocky Helmet Galarian Weezing, or a Terra Ghost Tatsugiri, I just win. All three of those don't come, to be clear. I think only one of those things come. It's only going to be one of those items coming, and if I can bait one of those out early and get rid of it, Choice Scarf Vanilla Punch just wins with Surging Strikes. So we do have Aqua Jet in case like there's like a spooky like Agility Thundurus, or an Agility Weakness Policy Metagross, or Trailblaze in case like Trailblaze Ogerpon comes. Aqua Jet is just an additional way to get speed control with this mon. This mon's entire purpose this week is speed control. That's why it's here. It's literally just here to make sure we're not losing speed control. Next up is Raspberry. Originally, I wanted to run a Trick Room set with this, but the problem with that is that my team is really fucking fast this week. It's just really, really fast naturally. I mean, I have Vishiswa, Salazzle, and Iron Treads all naturally over 100 base speed, and then Choice Scarf Urshifu. Even Cresselia, who, spoiler alert, is next up, is surprisingly fast. So like, Trick Room doesn't look super good here just because of how fast I am. I did some mocks with Gunk, Vivi, and she pointed out that I might want a Iron Defense Weakness Policy set, and after testing it out in another mock, I really liked what it gave me. It gave me some annoying ways to kind of deal with some of our physical attackers. It makes it more difficult for Garchomp to set up, it makes it more difficult for Braviary to just beat me, and it can even like surprisingly live a hit from like a Meteor Mash and kill back with Earth Power at +2, unless it's AV Metagross, which is probably pretty likely, but if it's not AV, +2 Earth Power can just potentially kill it. So yeah, I think this set pretty much guarantees I can go 1-for-1 with this, which is all I need it to do. I just need it to go 1-for-1. That way we can open up the door for our true win con, which we are going to kind of get into now, because if you look at this set on Blackberry, it looks familiar to last week, but that's because we're setting up Gravity for, surprise, surprise, Iron Treads once again. The Colbur Berry will allow me to eat like knockoffs or like a Dark Pulse from a Greninja, while Ice Beam lets me hit things back that don't like ice moves, like Ogerpon, Garchomp, Thundurus, Braviary. Like, Ice Beam does pretty good damage to all of those things. I can also set up a Light Screen, which will kind of enable the Enamorus a little bit, right? Because it's Iron Defense. If I can get a Light Screen up and an Iron Defense up as well, like maybe I can pass a Lunar Dance into that in a certain situation. If I recognize a chance to win with Enam, I can do that. This Pokemon gives me some flexibility, right? What I like about my build this week is I have 3 potential win cons depending on the situation and what pieces she has remaining. I can either win with Enam, I can win with Scarf Urshi, or I can win with, last but not least, the mon that's going to benefit from Gravity, Chalky Malt. I don't really love running the same tech back to back, but Gravity just looked insane against this team. She does not have a way to switch into a Choice Banded Terra Ground Earthquake if Gravity is up. At all. It does not exist on this team. She literally has no switch in if I get Gravity up to Earthquake. So that's what we're doing. We're planning on just spamming Earthquake with this. If we can get Gravity up and we can get clean into this, Earthquake kind of just wins. We do have to try and make sure that we get rid of Greninja first, so Water Shurikens aren't concerned. But if we can get rid of Greninja, this thing can just win. So yeah. that's it. That's the game plan for week 3, and it's not gonna be easy because Ellie is extremely good at this. So I do feel good about what I have. I think it's fun at the very least, and I think at the end of the day that's what we're here for. So I hope if I don't win, I can at least make it competitive and have a good time, and I hope it's a clean game. And yeah, good luck to Ellie, and we'll be back here for the battle. Alright, y'all, we're back for the battle. It's looking like it's Terra Ghost Thundi and Terra Steel Hariyama. So kind of surprised on the Terra Ghost Thundi. I thought for sure it was gonna be Terra Flying. I guess Terra Ghost could be to break through the no Ogre Pawn. Holy shit. That's huge. That is massive. Okay, alright, so we got Terra Ghost Thundi. Metagross, yeah, of course. Terra Steel Hariyama, Garchomp, sure. Braviary, which is very good into me, and Galarian Weezing. So not only is there no Ogre Pawn, there's no Greninja. Less surprised by the Greninja, as I mentioned in my team builder. Didn't think it looked very good into me. But very surprised that there's no Ogre Pawn, because Ogre Pawn is crazy into me. I got dunked on by Ogre Pawn multiple times in mocks, so I'm very surprised that that's not here. I like our chances against this 6. I really like our chances against this 6. But that being said, once again, I'll say good luck, have fun to Ellie. I hope this is a nice, clean game for both of us, and yeah, let's see how this goes. All right. X to doubt, yeah, Metagross, because it's got an X on its face. That makes sense. We just overheat here. Literally don't have to think about this. We just either, she leaves this out and we either kill it or find out that it's AV or like Akka or something weird like that, or she swaps out and we get momentum and we figure out what her swap into Slazzle is and hopefully get some more information. We'll see. She does go Hariyama. Okay. Let's see what this does here. This should do good amount. That does nothing. Okay. This might not only be AV, I think this is AV and Thick Fat. I think this is AV and Thick Fat based off that damage. Whatever. We get clean into something here. If this is AV Thick Fat, it probably doesn't want... It's Terra Steel, so I don't think I can go Raspberry here. I'm tempted though, because if I live a Heavy Slam, I get my pop. But if they're AV, then I don't think a +2 Earth Power is killing. So I actually think I have to go Vanilla Punch here. I don't think she's going to want to take damage on the Hariyama. I think she needs to keep this thing healthy. So she'll have to swap out, which gives me a free U-turn. So I think that's the play here. Alright, so we get the call right. She goes into Weezing, right? Yeah, Vape Niche. That makes sense. Rocky Helmet? You are Rocky Helmet. Okay. So that's about what I was expecting. I am a little surprised it's neutralizing gas. I was expecting Levitate, but I guess I've been running Gravity, so maybe she recognized that Levitate was not even worth bringing. I think maybe baiting a poison move here is the play. Yeah, let's see about that. Okay, now here's the thing. She has to keep this healthy, so she's gonna swap out here. So I think I Iron Defense on the Metagross switch in. Okay. Metagross? That's not Metagross. That's Braviary. Braviary isn't an embarrassment? What do you mean? I love Braviary. Oh, it's the United States is an embarrassment. Okay, yeah, sure, I get that. That's valid. That's super valid. Okay. I probably just... Maybe I just Psychic? Maybe I just Psychic here? But I think Psychic is doing the most damage. Okay, so she just U-turns, so it's probably Scarf. Again, like I said in the team builder, it's probably a U-turn bot. So we'll play that like it's Scarf. Sustail, I think, is the Thundy. Okay. We'll get some good damage on this. That's decent. That's decent. I don't think that's like AV or anything, so, but I think she Volt Switches here, so I think I'm gonna Draining Kiss and just get health off of whatever comes in. She Nasty Plots. Fuck, that's actually terrifying. If she's Agility, I might just lose here. Is she Double Dance? Oh, what do I do if she's Double Dance? Fishy Swat can live 1+2 Thunderbolt, right? I think I gotta let Spicy Curry go down here. If she Agilities, I bet she'll be... Nope, she knows I'm a Jetpack, so I couldn't bluff Sash. I got lost in the sauce. I got lost in the sauce. All right, I'm sorry. Was this a misplay? Okay, she Thunderbolts. Okay, I think it's okay to reveal that I'm Scarlet. She doesn't stay in because this is super suspicious. So a U-turn? I guess we are taking chip every time we do this. She's happy with this exchange, right? She's like, I don't care if you U-turn, I'm punishing you for it. And she's right, because she's chipping me down. I gotta do something about this wheezing if I really want Urshifu to pull this off here. So I think I'm gonna go Blackberry now. And I'm gonna Gravity. I don't think she stays in. But I'm not sure who she goes into either. So I'm just gonna Gravity and react to her. That was a long wait for that one. I wonder if that was an internet thing. I hope we're not about to drop here. Okay, Thundurus. Well, you're on the ground now, Thundurus. Ha ha ha. I don't, whatever, that was weird. Okay. I just ice beam? I wanted a light screen there. I think I still get some decent damage. Even if she Terras, it should be okay. And we should be fine. If she Agilities, we might be kind of fucked. I don't know. Does she have Agility? Well, there's the Terra. So we're not killing here. We should still get her close, maybe? She just Terra Blast, so that's okay. We'll be fine. We eat that. We'll eat this because you're not +2. Yep, and she's over there like, wow, that didn't do a lot of damage. This is AV as fuck. And I'm like, yep, I don't really care that you know that. And I'm gonna Earth Power now because everything is stuck on the ground. I really hope we don't pop this thing's Defiant here. That would suck. That would really fucking suck. Okay, we dodge a bullet on that one. Maybe I should have thought that played through a little bit more, but whatever. We know this thing can't really touch Enam. She might just U-turn again. Does U-turn. Into Metagross. That makes sense. That makes sense. This is who I thought you'd go into earlier. Iron defense makes zero fucking sense, so let's not even think about that. Does she just click a steal move now? She might. She might click a steal move now. So I might just go Chalky Malt here, because I know Chalky Malt eats a steal move no problem. It's too bad we don't have gravity up anymore, but I still think this is the play. We out here. The threat is in. Let's go. I want an Iron Head here, I think. Oh, I really want an Iron Head. I can't Volt Switch or Rapid Spin because Thundy is still a thing that exists. This has to respect the Earthquake. You can't stay in on a fucking Iron Treads that can Terra right now. You just can't even think about it. Even if you're Shucka, I don't think you can think about it. I could be like Choice Band or something. So I'm gonna Iron Head, and I'm going to do a ton of damage to whatever she switches into. Maybe shouldn't have done that, honestly, but it's fine. It's fine. We're doing great. That was a lot of damage. That was a whole lot of damage. And she's like, what the fuck? Why'd you click Iron Head into a Metagross? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just am a crazy person. And now I'm going to Iron Head and either kill this or do a ton of damage to something else. You know, it's kind of weird that this thing doesn't get Mach Punch. Because if it got Mach Punch, then it's like a whole different situation there. I gotta actually think a little bit more. But for some reason, the massive fighting type Pokemon that gets access to Bullet Punch, which is a priority move, so they're implying that it's got fast fists, but it doesn't get Mach Punch. Why doesn't it get Mach Punch? I don't understand. Make it make sense. Finchy Lad is here. Well, this is spooky. How do I lose here? I think I lose if she Scale Shots. Because I outspeed, so she can't Sword Stance. So I have to go Raspberry. Because she is either setting up hazards or she's Scale Shotting here, right? Sword Stance would be bad here. She Scale Shots. Got the call right. Got the call right. I think it's just Draining Kiss. Like, I know I'm taking recoil, but I can't let you set up on me. I showed Iron Defense earlier, right? So like, I don't think she wants to like just sit here and set up in each other's faces. She swaps out. Fairy move's pretty obvious. So yeah, she goes into Metagross. And that does nothing. I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure out what that item is based off that damage that did so little. I can't even begin to guess the amount of damage that was. I should probably get one of those little bars on the HP, but I'm like just too lazy, y'all, and I don't know if I care that much. It would be helpful though. Maybe I should. Next time. Maybe not. I say that. We'll see. Hold me accountable. If next video it's not there, y'all give me shit for it. We're gonna Earth Power here because there's Stealth Rocks, and I can't keep taking damage. And she doesn't think I'm staying in anyways. Body Press, which does absolutely nothing, and that was a lot of damage. That was a crit. That was a bit of a dirty crit. I am sorry about that. That kind of sucks. Cause now, woo, that's a really rough crit, because you see now I can go into Chalky Malt and I can Iron Head and kill you and basically guarantee a kill here. That's a really rough crit, actually. I am so sorry, Ellie. And I'm not that sorry though, because I'm going to take advantage of it now, and for that I'm a little sorry. Does she click? Does she make the read? Does she click body press again? She does not. Okay. Even if she body presses there, we're fine. That crit, I don't think mattered at all. That's like not even like a good revenge crit. It makes like no difference. Anyways, you die to an Iron Head. You're in Iron Head range. So yeah. Okay. Cool. That's another one for Iron Treads. Iron Treads, kind of crazy. Terra Iron Treads real? Terra Iron Treads is real. I haven't Terra'd yet, but like the threat of knowing that Terra Ground is there and I can just start nuking stuff has to be a little bit oppressive, right? Alright, this is a tough spot because the Raspberry switch is super obvious. It's super obvious. So if she has Sword Stance, she might click it here, because that punishes the switch into Enam. Pretty severely, actually. I think I have to stay in an Iron Head here. As fucking crazy as that sounds, because I have to punish the Sword Stance if that's what she does. If she has it, I think she clicks it here. Big damage. What do? Don't scale shot. She Sword Stances. Alright, okay. Sometimes you're just on one, I suppose. I suppose that's a thing. She switches out. She's preserving the Trump. And she's giving me the Thunderous. Well, we'll take the Thunderous. That's 3 kills with Iron Head now, so hey. Alright. Focus, no, I'm sorry. Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf close combat. Incoming. So fast. Directly at my face. We take the chip, which sucks. But this does nothing. Yeah, we're so good. And you're -1 now, and you're locked in, so I can just Drain Kiss. So Wheezing does come out. I probably should have Psychic there. I maybe should have thought that one a little bit through before I just start clicking buttons. It's fine. It's fine, right? I think I'm gonna Psychic here and try to... Okay, Gunshot comes out. Alright, whatever. I think maybe I go into... I think if I go Blackberry here, and if I can live a Gunk Shot, which I don't know if I do after Rocks, but if I can live a Gunk Shot, get this Gravity off, and then get a Lunar Dance off, I'll be faster, and then get Lunar Dance off on the next turn, and get into Treads, I think I win, because then I think I'm out of range of Scarf Braviary. If we're full health, she can't kill us, even with an Adamant Brave Bird, if we're Terra Ground. So I think we just win if we can get the Lunar Dance off. Alright. We live on 20. God, I love... Oh, fuck. Never mind. We got poisoned. Yeah, okay, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks, because... Now I don't get the Lunar Dance off, and... No, we got Scarf Urshi in the back. What am I talking about? Well, does she give us this, is the question. I have Gravity up. I gotta take advantage of Gravity while it's here. I just pushed the funny button now. I just pushed the funny button and I claim one. She might just give me this, honestly. I don't know if she can afford to do that, because then I win with Scarf Urshi, right? And she knows I have Scarf Urshi. I don't think she can give me this. I don't know. She might have something else cooked. I just didn't think that she could. I didn't think she could. I didn't think that was. I don't know. Whatever. That's another one for treads. This is where Braviary comes out. And revenges us. If you're jolly, I think we live one, but if you're adamant, we do not. She's probably adamant though if she's Scarf, right? Yep, here it comes. So it's definitely Scarf. She probably just checked the calc, like, well, shit, are you in range? And she realizes that I might be in range. I even think if she's jolly, it's a roll. So, but Urshi should outspeed this, and Weezing's gone, so I really don't think it matters at the end of the day. I really don't think it matters at the end of the day. I'm trying to think if I'm missing something here. But I don't think I am. I think I just let this go down and then clean with... What? I'm faster? Excuse me? Were you not Scarf that whole time? What the fuck item were you? Were you Boots? You were clicking U-turn the whole time. You weren't Choice Band. I don't think. I never ran a calc. Whatever. I just win with treads. So that's cool. So, what was the item on the Braviary if it wasn't Choice Scarf? I am so confused. The whole time was so sure that was Choice Scarf. Well, good game, Ellie. I am, again, sorry for the dirty crit, because I feel like things really kind of fell apart in that game once the crit went through on the Metagross, because then I was able to click Iron Head with treads and claim another one, and that really helped us break through. But it was still a really fun game, and I hope Ellie had a fun one with that too, and yeah, stick around for the cooking stuff. Yeah, Starlight Cafe. Hello again, and welcome back to the Starlight Cafe, your favorite place to decompress after a high-energy draft battle. Today, in honor of the season debut of our good friend Spicy Curry, we will be preparing the Senta Scorch Spicy Tropical Curry. Our Salazzle really didn't do much here, to be honest, aside from, you know, get a little bit of chip on the Hariyama, but that's okay because she looked fantastic while doing it. I'll go ahead and get the recipe card up on the screen for this one, and I'll leave it up a bit longer than normal. We're not actually going to be doing the screenshots of the ingredients like we usually do this week, because there are just too many ingredients and the pictures would have just looked like a cluttered mess. So go ahead and take your time reading these over, and be sure to double check that you have all the necessary ingredients for this one, because there is a lot to keep track of here. Okay, now that we've looked that over, let's go ahead and jump in. To get started, you'll want to go ahead and boil a small amount of water, just a quarter cup. Once that's boiling, go ahead and pour that into a small cup. Then you'll want to steep the saffron in this water for about 5 minutes. While you're waiting on that, go ahead and heat a medium saucepan with coconut oil over medium heat. Once the coconut oil is melted, add half of your red onion and cook until translucent. Should be about 5 minutes. Then add the garlic and cook for a couple more minutes. It should be nice and aromatic. Now, you want to add the rice and cook until slightly toasted, which should take around 3 minutes. Then we'll go ahead and grab the saffron water from earlier, some salt, and 3 3/4 cups of vegetable broth. Add it all into the pan, bring to a boil, and then immediately reduce the heat to low. Cover and cook until the rice has cooked, roughly 20 minutes. Do not forget to cover. This is a very important step if you want the rice to turn out well. I am speaking from past mistakes, so trust me on this one. And that basically covers it for the rice. Here's what it should look like when it's finished up. Honestly, can't wait to dig in. The rice already looks fantastic. Now let's go ahead and work on the curry. This is going to be the tricky part. For that, we'll need to preheat the oven to 425 Fahrenheit or 218 Celsius. While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and bring a medium pot of water to a boil and add the potatoes and carrots. Cook these for 8 minutes, or until your preferred tenderness. Then, you'll transfer the potatoes and carrots to a large bowl with our mushrooms and olive oil. Once you've tossed the veggies and made sure they're all well covered in oil, place them all on a large baking sheet and sprinkle with salt and pepper. Don't be shy with the salt. You'll need that to draw out all the delicious flavors. Once seasoned, bake for 20 minutes. Pop them out really quick to toss again, just to make sure they're baking evenly. Then put them back in for another 15 minutes. While the veggies are roasting, we'll work on the massive list of seasonings we have for the curry. Combine the garam masala, cardamom, turmeric, paprika, coriander, cumin, chili powder, and cinnamon in a small bowl. Then you'll want to heat a medium pot with coconut oil over medium-high heat. Add the second half of the red onion and cook until translucent once more. Then you want to add the garlic and ginger paste and cook for a couple more minutes. This should be really fragrant. Now we'll add our spice mixture and mix until well combined. It might look a little clumpy at first, but that's okay because now we're going to go ahead and add in the crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, and the remainder of the vegetable broth. You'll mix this well until everything smooths out and all the clumps have disappeared. Then you'll want to go ahead and let that simmer for 15 minutes. After the simmer, add in the coconut sugar and coconut cream. This is where you'll want to do a little taste test and then season with salt and pepper if it's needed. I think if you taste this and you say to yourself, gee, I just added all these seasonings and I'm not sure I'm really tasting them at all, then you're going to want to add more salt. As I mentioned before, the salt will really help draw those flavors out. It should be really flavorful if you're doing this right. Now this next part was tricky for us because neither of us have ever prepared plantains before. You want to cut them open and slice into 1/2 inch thick pieces and lightly salt. Go ahead and fill a medium non-stick pan with 1/2 inch of peanut oil and heat over medium heat. We used a little piece of carrot to gauge when the oil was ready. It started sizzling, so we knew it was ready to go. This is where we carefully add the plantains and cook each side until golden. You'll want to be very careful with this step. The oil can pop and burn you if you're not cautious. And that should basically do it. Now we just plate it all together. This is what ours look like. Now, neither of us are experts at plating or photographing our food, but I still think this looks pretty appetizing. And it was. I absolutely loved it. And what's even better is we even had enough left over for both of us to have lunch the next couple days. And if you're like me and think the microwave makes food taste weird after reheating, this one actually reheated really well. So yeah, that's the Senta Scorch Spicy Tropical Curry. A bit more involved, but still fun and delicious all the same. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Next week, we are finally getting a chance to go up against someone we have waited 6 seasons over multiple leagues to face off against. And that's Shroom Raver and his Parasect Germain. This is another one I had circled coming into the season, so I'm super excited to see how it plays out. Who knows? Maybe his detective friend will even stop in and visit the cafe. You'll just have to check in back here to find out. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next time at Draft League City's own Starlight Cafe. Bye.